What's up, Fate family? Jarvis God and Voyager SYT here, and welcome back to another Diecast review. And today, we're going to be taking a look at the Hot Wheels 2014 Corvette Stingray from 2016. Now, I have it listed right here as a then and now variant, so I assume it was in a series of cars entitled Then and Now. I'm not sure. I'm not going to bother to look because we're focused on the car today. And, you know, from a first glance, this is a pretty decent looking car, pretty stock standard Corvette Stingray, you know, with the caveat that this is a convertible, you know, with no indication of any mechanism to fold over and cover you. So if you're driving this in the rain, then you are pretty much fucked. But nah, seriously, overall, I think this is a pretty decent car, if it's not a bit bare bones, because, I mean, I do appreciate that they painted the headlights and the backlights. That was excellent on their part, because this car would look absolutely pathetic without it. But, you know, the lack of painting on the back portion of the car here, or I guess the trunk, that's nah. To me, that's a major drawback. There really should have been some there. And some on the sides, too. It's just way too much of this car. It just feels, you know, plain and white. You know, in spite of the excellent work they did on painting the backlights and the headlights, it's just like, why couldn't you do, you know, the back of the car and the sides? I don't understand that. You know, it's like we finally get, you know, decent work done on the lights of the car, but then they just completely skimp out on the sides and the back. Is this like a trade-off? Is this the price we have to pay to get some actual, like, acceptable detail on the cars? I don't know. I mean, this came out in 2016, so I can't speak for what the situation was then, and I can't speak for what it is now. But, you know, even in spite of those customization drawbacks, this is still a decent little car. It's nothing exceptional, but I think there's certainly a novelty factor, because this is a recognizable brand. It's a Corvette. And, you know, it's always good to have, like, Corvettes, performance cars in your collection. And, you know, I think to a kid, this would be perfectly acceptable. But if you take a critical eye at it, if you're a diecast connoisseur like me, then, you know, you see the lacking elements on this car, and it's just really hard to look past. But yeah, either way, moving on into recommendations, I'd say that I'm very divided on whether I recommend this car, because, I mean, while it is decent and it is technically recent, it did release in 2016. So 7 years ago. This is a 7-year-old car. So I think there is going to be a bit of a scarcity factor. And I think you would have a very difficult time finding this for under $3, honestly, because they don't sell it in stores anymore. And really, all the cheap places you could get it, I don't know if they're selling it at this point, you know? So I think this car is in a bit of an awkward phase where, honestly, man, this is getting harder and harder to find, you know, just because of the age. So I don't know if I'd recommend it, but if you're really jonesing for this and judging from the serious lack of detail on the back and the sides, I don't know why you would want this. But if you're really jonesing for it, then I guess this car is recent enough to recommend. So I think with that, that'll wrap up my review of the Hot Wheels 2014 Corvette Stingray from the 2016 Then and Now line of cars. I guess that's what it's called. I've been your host, Jarvis Gotten. Thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for more diecast content. And as always, giggity, giggity, giggity goo. Stick around.